Hi, I'm Jim Grubb here at Cisco Live, and I'm happy to be joined today by Nancy Neipp, Senior Director of Global Events at Cisco. Welcome, Nancy.
Thank you, Jim.
And Mike Mitchell, Senior Director of Collaboration Business Services. And Nancy's team and Mike's teams are responsible for this entire event here. Nancy's team for the overall event, and Mike's team for the television component, the Cisco TV component that we have here. So it's Monday afternoon.
Right.
The event opens officially tomorrow morning, although there's a reception here, as you can see behind us. There's a lot of activity going on as the shows, the distributors are getting ready to open their booths for a reception that'll be happening later today. Is that right,
Right,
Nancy?
that's correct.
And Mike, it looks like your team is busy working away in the studio.
Yeah, they've been great. They've been here all weekend getting this thing set up. I just got here a couple hours ago myself, and I walked in, and all of a sudden they created the studio, which, Nancy, I guess is twice as big as last year?
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, I wanted to ask you two a couple things. This, I think, is probably the biggest hybrid virtual event that's ever been done. Is that correct, Nancy?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So we've got 14,600 people on premise here registered,
wow,
and another 40,000+ in the virtual environment. So the combined total actually exceeds any of the industry events.
Right,
so very proud
over 50,000 people.
That's right.
To the Cisco event.
Yes.
So tell me, this event, Nancy, started as a in-person event with 100 people maybe in a room, all getting together to talk about networking.
Right.
And here we are in Las Vegas. We've taken over the entire Mandalay Bay.
Million+ square feet.
And we've got, how many vendors?
200.
200 vendors distributing all their networking technologies. We have classes and just about anything you can think about from a technology perspective. Right. Tell us about the evolution. How do we get here from a room full of 100 people?
That was about 25 years ago, in fact.
Yeah.
So the program grew year over year, and it got to a point about 3 years ago where we said, we've really got to go bigger. We've got global audiences. How do we do that? And there was a huge push to look at virtual as a way to extend the reach. And we began experimenting on a small scale. We recorded some of the sessions and broadcast them post-event to attendees who couldn't attend in person. Then we had the idea that, this is the age of the internet. We're an internet company. We need to figure out how we bring that to them live. So we worked on a new plan whereby we created components of this event that are broadcast live into a virtual environment. So all of the main keynotes, the super sessions, town halls, all the big important large addresses, as well as some other elements. And we actually created some pieces that are unique to this virtual program that can't be found live. So if you're a virtual attendee, you're going to get a behind-the-scenes meet and greet with some of the executives. You'll get meet the consulting engineer, special elements that may not be available to the attendees who are live in person.
Some things that the people that are here don't even get to access. Oh, that's
We're trying to create a compelling reason to spend time live with us, and then a lot of the sessions are then put into archive for post-event viewing.
Right. Well, that's great, and obviously, with 40,000 virtual attendees, people are seeing value in this. Mike, tell me a little bit about what's happening from a video perspective, and what have we got here? We've basically brought Cisco TV with the entire crew and there's 2 studios, the one that we're in here. There's another studio on the other side of the control room here. Tell us about what we've got going here.
Well, Jim, one of the best things about working in video at Cisco is that we're seeing all these different types of video converge onto the IP network. And what's fun about coming to Cisco Live is that we can take what we do within Cisco day in and day out on our network, back at headquarters, and we can drop it into a new environment and then just get up and running as soon as it's plugged into the IP network. So we're doing some really exciting things. We're combining telepresence and some Tandberg technologies with the digital media players. We're even doing video out onto the CS tablets here at Cisco Live, so it's pretty exciting to see.
And I believe there's 4 simultaneous channels that are going out
Well,
some on Ustream, some on Cisco.com?
Yeah, so we're going out on Ustream. We're using some other third-party vendors to stream externally, 3 simultaneous channels there. We've got 4 channels just here within the local area network at Mandalay Bay, going to digital media signage. We're showing the Twitter feeds coming up, and then those are going out to the digital media signage. So, you know, as Nancy pointed out, in some ways, you can get extra things from attending virtually. Even here at Mandalay Bay, people are going out to these stations to be able to tap into that virtual experience. You know, but it doesn't. What gets to me, and the reason that I'm here today, is that I get so excited just by the energy of the in-person experience as well. And that's what video can do, is it can take that energy of the in-person experience and it can transmit it out to people.
Bring it out to those 40,000
Yeah,
people.
who maybe can't be here in person.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
Nancy, for our customers that are interested in emulating what we're doing from a virtual event perspective, obviously, you know, it's very cost effective. We put a lot of investment into our user conference, and being able to extend it beyond the 15,000 people that come to 40,000 people externally. What would you recommend that customers do just to get started and start working in this way?
Yeah, I think it's about having a strategy around virtual as a core component. So we call this experience the hybrid experience. The face-to-face combined with virtual is a hybrid event. I think it was interesting in our first year, people said, oh, you're going to do this virtual piece, a little extra on the side. It's like doing 2 completely separate events. You've got a whole team dedicated to the virtual environment, to attending to all their needs there and providing content, interacting with customers, and as you can see around here and all over the floor, thousands of people putting all of this together for the face-to-face. So I think one thing is to have a real strategy around it and make the commitment to a hybrid experience and staff and resource it appropriately. And then I think there's tremendous benefit to be seen through that process. As I said, we've got 40,000 that'll view this particular US event, but there are over 80,000 logged into our virtual environment globally, 195 countries. We've got 4 different countries around the world that participate in this through the Cisco Live program, through Europe, through our Middle East, through our Asia Pac, and soon one in Greater China likely. So I think it's really about making it core to your strategy and really building it with that in mind, and then making the commitment to make that virtual experience special and unique.
That's great, that's great. Well, Mike, tell me, what is the most significant thing do you think that we've learned so far about picking up and doing all this live video on such a large scale?
Well, coming from the video production side of the house, I've learned that IT's got to be my best friend in order to make something like this happen, because you know, with all this, it doesn't really matter unless you have the technology in place to make it happen, and then the technology's got to be able to get out of the way so that people don't get frustrated by it, so that they can just go and attend and get the information that they want.
So I understand we are using our own MediaNet technology, that capability. They're demonstrating it in the Network Operations Center here at Cisco Live, and I think there are some MediaNet demonstrations in the booth.
Yeah, I know I'm going to be attending those MediaNet demonstrations, but yeah, you know, this whole local area network here is enabled with MediaNet, and it's really helping us deliver high quality video to the different devices here at Mandalay Bay.
That's great, that's great. Well, Nancy, tell me what's next. I mean, this is pretty amazing, so what's next? You know, where do we go from here?
Well, the big thing on this show in particular is the level of integration of Cisco technology. So we've got CSs, you probably saw 70 different people running around here answering questions, giving directions, supporting our groups.
See the virtual desktop terminals out there for the attendees to log into their email and such.
We've got the Network Operating Center, we've got telepresence, there's a lot of Cisco technology, and our goal really is to take what we do here in the US and figure out how to package that up and scale that globally. We want all of the Cisco Lives around the world to have the same high quality, high touch experience for our customers. So this is sort of the test bed. Every year we try something new, we add some new technologies. We'd love to have a studio like this in each of the locations. It's how do we do that in an effective way. So our goal is really to figure out scale and expanding it globally.
Yeah, well that's great. I want to congratulate you guys on such an amazing thing that we've been able to pull off here. And hopefully we'll get a chance to touch base maybe after the show. Maybe we'll have learned a few more things. I know we've got the social media monitoring center going on upstairs, and we're listening to what our customers are saying and talking to about us here. So I want to congratulate the teams that have worked so hard, really, because this is an amazing event to pull together for 50,000 people. So thank you very much for that. And for the rest of our audience, thank you for joining us from here at Cisco Live in Las Vegas, July 2011.